Hello everyone, greetings. My name is Leah Kuria, Ridgeways Baptist Church, and this is the Counseling Ministry. Today we are bringing you the topic on how to practice emotional strength and resilience in this season we are at. And we want to start by looking at what is emotional resilience. How do you build emotional resilience? We are facing very unprecedented combination of stressors and challenging moments, stressful to everyone. While it's normal to feel anxious and stressed periodically, it can be very draining when it extends for a long period of time. Constant feelings of anxiety and stress over a period of time can lead to depression. And you see, resilience is a crucial skill, and we need it in these uncertain times. And resilience represents the ability to rebound productively in challenging situations. And it has a strong protective effect against anxiety. In today's anxiety-ridden environment, those who possess adaptive capabilities are better equipped to handle the psychological toil that this season has brought. And resilience is not a one-day affair. It's built over time, and you have to be intentional about it. How do we do this? Let's take an example. Let's stay at the moment. In these times where we are, the news we hear are deaths and more deaths. What can you do to protect yourself? It's only natural to feel anxious, but you have to learn self-preservation. So do not focus on the worst case scenario. Allow majority of your energy not to go into worrying about this, but try to do something that will help you. And how can you do this? When you're staying at the moment, you're able to help those around you. If it is providing a mask for the person next to you, if it is enabling them to have soap to wash their hands, this puts your mind off the deaths, but rather avoiding the deaths. Focus on what you can control. Do not focus about those that have already died. Try and focus on those who are alive and how they can be helped. While many aspects of this pandemic are currently uncontrollable, it is helpful for us to work to control what we can, including how we interpret and react to this situation. When you're taking a personal meaning in this and you're helping somebody else, you're staying in focus, you're staying in control of what you're able to do. Rein in your emotions. The human brain is designed to worry about the future. However, instead of feeling anxious, allowing the feelings of anxiety to get into your way, try to get productive ways of dealing with this. This way, you're able to do small things from an individual point of view that help your cognitive performance and make a positive impact on your emotional distress. When you feel anxiety starting to rise, do what you can do to stay calm and work to keep your emotions in check, particularly anxiety, which will take center stage. Catch those anxious thoughts before they spiral. Reframe them. Say something like, I know I'll be able to overcome this. I know that the Lord is with us, and I know we are going to triumph. You can ask yourself, maybe you can say, Leah, why are you feeling like this right now? What is the underlying cause of this feeling? If it is anxiety, we've talked about it, work on it. In a stressful situation, you can often find meaning if you look for it. Suffering such in this pandemic reveals some deep and enduring existential fears that all humans must face. Because we can't overcome this pandemic by ourselves, as we pray, we must acknowledge the pain and the fear that it's going to uncover. And we have to start to rethink in ways that we can hold the reality of it. This pandemic is going to reshape our lives into the way we do things, into the way we have done things before. And we have to be open to that. We have to be able to learn new ways of doing it, because if we stick into our rigid ways, then the anxiety will continue to be overwhelming. Let's continue being physically active. try to move as much as you're in the house, trying to keep moving. This is for the well-being of the individual, yourself. You're taking care of yourself. Take a few minutes, walk, sing, do something that keeps your mind off what is happening. Our emotional health is very important. People who are emotionally healthy are able to control their thoughts, their feelings, and their behavior. They're able to cope with life setbacks, and they're able to easily bounce back from setbacks. Being emotionally healthy doesn't mean that you'll not feel sad. It doesn't mean that you're not going to feel angry, you're not going to experience anxiety. What it means is that you are able to identify those emotions, and you are able to ask for help. You are able to communicate the same even to the people within your environment. Be aware of how you react. When you are feeling sad, when you're feeling anxious, how you react can easily go overboard. You find yourself shouting, getting irritated over small things. But the minute you are aware of your emotions, you are able to control that. You are able to be in control of how you behave. Think before you act. When you're emotionally triggered, your reactions will not be very kind. And that is why we can't overemphasize the importance of being able to acknowledge your emotions, so that even when you react in a healthy way. You're not damaging relationships, but you're taking care of the emotions of the others around you. Express your feelings in appropriate ways. Communicate how you're feeling so that everybody around you is able to understand that. How you feel is not exactly how you're going to behave, because you're able to manage that feeling to a way that is productive. And knowing that our emotions affect practically every decision that we make. That is why it is very important to be aware of how you are, where you are at, how you're behaving, how you're reacting, because they all end up into how we behave. We can look at some 6 steps to help us control our emotions and regain the rationality in these challenging situations. Don't react right away. Reacting immediately to emotional triggers can be an immense mistake. Because when you shout, when you say a word that you can't take back to your mouth, when you bang doors and hurt others, you're not able to take back that. So be careful about how you react. Ask for divine guidance. Pray. Ask God to give you wisdom, to give you control, to keep you in perfect peace at this point, at this season. Find a healthy way of managing and letting your emotions out. If you're able to sing, sing. If you're able to walk. Get that emotion out. If you're able to talk to somebody, call them. Tell them how you're feeling. You are externalizing the issue. You are not internalizing the issue. See the bigger picture. How will life be after this season is gone? Are you going to sing? Are you going to be happy that you are able to keep yourself going despite the tough times? Dispress your thoughts. Like I have mentioned, this is a habit that you have consistently and intentionally keep at for you to be able to perfect that skill. Replacing a negative thought with a positive thought for your well-being. Remember, it's about you. Think about how beautiful it will be, how we are going to enjoy the sun, how many holidays you had planned, how many activities, how many business proposals. Get excited about them. That keeps you going as you go. I truly hope that this will help you in this season, that it will move you from point A to point B, and you consistently keep working on the skill of emotional intelligence. You'll work on your emotional resilience for the better of the family, the community, the self, and a beautiful world. Thank you.